were strange, just like potholes. Had to take it further, I ain't settling for condos. Had the secret sauce, so I blew up like Mondo. Burger, Ernie, watch I fucking learn, yeah. I don't think I'm hot, I just know the dope burning. Like it never did.
Hey, what's up guys, back with another video. I just wanted to do this little 3-month kind of like a 3-month review of these OCD bags, just for anybody that's interested in either getting them for their E30 or getting some for any other chassis that they have and they just want to go air. So I just wanted to give you guys a little review since there's not really anything on YouTube about them. If you do not follow me personally on here, this is my 89 E30. It is the first E30 to have the OCD bags on them. So if you don't know what the OCD bags are, but I'm pretty sure you do if you're watching this video, they are a conversion bag that threads directly on the BC Racing coilovers, the BR series. So you can pretty much go from being static to being bagged in pretty much a day. And for the E30s, you don't have to worry about getting a new set of spindles, because obviously you have to cut and weld the spindles when you do anything, or when you do any like true coilover. So with this, you pretty much just take the spring off of the coilover, and then you thread the bag on with the necessary stuff, and then you're ready to run all your management, airlines, and everything. So this is how mine sits. Like I said, it's the first E30 on these bags. It's the only E30 in the US right now with these bags on it. So I thought that was pretty cool. So like I said, the entire point of this video is just to give my 3-month like little review of the bags, and if I think they're worth the upgrade coming from the coils, and just my overall consensus of being bagged and having a bagged E30. Super bright out here today. Right now it is the 30th, so it's the last day of the year. So I actually got the bags on it. I've had them on like all summer, but I didn't do the management and the trunk setup in time, so I actually got done and started driving it around it's sort of like the end of September. So I've been on them for about 3 months, and I just figured before the car is actually in storage for the rest of the winter, I would give you this little video, and hopefully the wind doesn't fuck with us too much, because it's a little bit windy out here. But let's get into it. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the ride quality compared to coilovers. Before, my spring rates were 10K in the front and 10K in the rear. I ran on for about 2 years. I do really love BC coils and I love how they ride, but I've always wanted to bag my car since like 2012, so I just finally got around to being able to do that with these bags. So when it comes to the ride quality from bags and coils, obviously the bags are a little bit softer, which you know, translate to more comfort when you're driving, depending on which pressure that you choose when you're driving around in your ride height. Right now my ride height is I think it's 45 in the front and like 55 in the rear PSI. So it rides kind of like the coils. It's definitely a little softer and more comfortable just to drive around in general. At ride height wise, I'm pretty much how I was static, except a little bit higher in the front. But overall, the ride quality on these things very good. Just depends on whatever PSI you want to choose and how stiff you want your ride. But definitely digging how it rides now. And as far as these bags, they're not bouncy or anything. And if you set them to the right PSI and you do all your dampening with the shocks and everything, it definitely does ride like it's on coils. I've taken on some curvy roads, and it's definitely not a slouch. It doesn't, throw around everywhere. It's actually pretty close to how the coils ran when I was riding them. So really happy with the performance of how they actually are compared to like just coilovers. So that's pretty much my thought on how they ride compared to the coilovers. So I would definitely upgrade over coilovers. If you want to do these bags and you already have these coilovers, there's definitely not going to be much difference in the way they ride, except for it's definitely a little smoother and it's a lot less bouncing around and everything. Just depends on your PSIs, but definitely really happy with the way they ride. So the next thing I want to talk about is the price of the bags. Obviously, if you have E30 and you already have the BC coils, all you have to do is buy the bags and thread them on, like I said. So I think the going rate for them, as of now, I think it's somewhere around $1,000 US for all 4 bags. And the biggest thing about these bags is the rears, like compared to the airlifts, you do not have to cut the spring perch or drill any kind of holes. You pretty much just put the bag in there, it's a sealed bag, and then you just run your line. So there's no modification on the rear end, which is really nice. The bags probably in the front take about 20 minutes each side to replace with the air spring, and then you're pretty much good to go. So just for the quality and for the amount that these bags cost over, you know, going like full airlift kit, which was, I think when I was looking at the price, it was like somewhere between $3,400 and $3,500. And it doesn't include any like extra fittings or hard lines or anything like that. So of course, me being the first person to have these on an E30, I did get a little bit of a discount, which I'm not going to tell the price, but even if I paid full price, I would still be well under the airlift kit. And for the least amount of hassles that you have to do, it's definitely a worthy upgrade if you wanted to do bags and you want to, you know, be on air instead of being coils. So the next thing I want to do and cover is just the installation. Overall, I was super nervous about doing it like the front bags, but after actually doing it, it's really simple to do and the instructions are really simple, and I haven't had any problems with any kind of leaks up front or anything. The bags all hold pressure. I did do a video if you want to learn how to put the bags on, but overall installation process, super easy, wasn't hard to do at all, and I'm not like a perfect mechanic or anything. I just dabble a little bit in some shit here and there, but it was definitely super easy to do, and wasn't even a big deal to throw them on. Like I said, the back bags, there's no kind of, I guess you would call it modifications, because with the airlift ones you have to drill into the spring perch like down from the top just to run the airline, but the airline comes out the side on these, so I just pretty much, I just have the airline coming from the bag and it goes just straight out and then under the back seat and then back into the trunk. So installation super easy. It only takes about, between both of them, I'd say probably about an hour and a half to install all 4 bags on the car, and that's if you have the front coils already out, because you got to take the coils out, spindle and everything off the body, so you can take off the bags, or take off the coils and put the bags on. But definitely super easy. Hopefully I'm in focus because I'm kind of blinded by the sun. Kind of picked a bad spot, but hopefully the wind doesn't catching us. The mic's facing the other way. But the next thing I want to talk about overall is just the convenience factor of just having bags. Of course, you're in a bad spot or bad shitty roads, you can just go ahead and air up to whatever, so you can get over speed bumps and get over any kind of like shitty roads. Like I drive in some shitty locations just to get some good pictures. So it's a lot better than trying to scrape and destroy the bottom of my car. I'm one of those people that, I know all the static people are like, oh, you guys are bitches because you got bags and you're not conforming to the low life. But for me, I'm trying to have this car for pretty much ever, so I'm not trying to fuck up the entire rear of my car or the bottom or the differential or the skid plate, or I'm not trying to fuck anything up. I want to keep the car nice, and I'm not one of those people that just like, you know, wants to destroy my car just to look cool for Instagram or whatever the fuck. So the convenience factor is one of the biggest things. And another thing about the convenience is, if you don't want to be bags, you can just take the bags off and put the coilovers right back on, or the coil springs. So you don't have to do a bunch of changing just to be able to go back to static. If you don't like it, you can just take them right off, sell them, put your springs back on, then you're good to go. You don't have to worry about, you know, changing the whole front spindle out or any kind of stupid shit like that. So I'm pretty happy with the convenience factor of just having the bags where I could switch back to coils if I wanted to, which I don't want to because I love the bags, but you know, just in case I want to in the future or something. The last thing I want to talk about is just like the wow factor. Like, of the general public, they don't see too many bag cars around, especially where I'm from. So when I'm sitting in parking lots or something, I'm getting ready to air up or air out to go into the store, people are always like, they're like confused, like what's going on. So I think that's pretty funny. The first day I drove to the store and aired out, the lady next to me was like super confused, and I came out and there was another lady getting in her car beside me, and I aired it up, and she like turned around real fast because she didn't know what happened. So I just think just like the wow factor of just having a car that can be pretty much on the ground, and you can just raise it up to drive it. So of course I still do drive pretty much as low as I do static. I just like the convenience of going over like all these shitty roads because I live in Indiana, and just the roads overall here are pretty terrible. So confidence and peace of mind that I'm not gonna destroy my car just to be, you know, low. You know, I had my fun being static for 2 years and scraping all the time, and you know, it's cool and shit, but I just don't feel like destroying my car. Like I said, I'm trying to keep the car forever, so I'm not trying to keep it messed up or mess anything else up that's underneath of it, because I want to try to restore the car fully. So the last thing I want to talk about overall is, am I happy with the bags? Yes, I'm very happy with them. The quality, just when I first got them out of the box and everything, they're super high quality. Nice, nice plastic. The rubber felt really nice. The metal felt really nice. Just overall, it really looks nice, and they look pretty good for what they are and what they cost. I would say if you have a car with an E30 or just a car in general with BC coilovers and you want to go ahead and go to air, I would say definitely pick up a set of these bags. I'm not sure what they go for all models. I just know for the E30s they go around $1,000 or like $1,100 for all of them shipped, because they are coming from the UK, which only charge dubs. That's where they're from. I got a little sticker on here. See if we can zoom in. We're gonna focus. There we go. They are from the UK, so like I said, going through the process was kind of a pain in the rear because I live in the US. But overall, super happy with them. Happy I'm actually a bag now. So yeah, super happy with the bags in general and just the quality and the price. You know, you can't really beat the price. If you did a full airlift kit, I looked at the price for the 3P kit with the dual compressors and everything, but even if you do like their base model kit, you're still gonna be paying more than if you just buy the bags and just go ahead and buy like you know, 3S management, because that's pretty cheap now. It just came out this year, I think, airlifted. So yeah, you can save a bunch of money just by going these bags, and they're just as high quality as the airlift ones. I've seen the airlift ones. I've been in cars with airlift bags, and they definitely ride just as good as any of the bigger companies. You know, just depending on how stiff or how soft you want it. So, alright guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. I'm going to take the car back inside storage. I'm going to go over a few more things. So stay tuned for that, and let's get this bitch back in here. Alright, since the car's back in here, I just want to tell you guys that if you guys do have an E30 and you do follow my page, I do sell these banners now, these E30 Mafia banners. I use the same font as I did for my stickers. I really think it looks really classy. So I got the first one. There's 2 other people that have bought one so far, so I just started selling those. I got a bunch of different colors available, but I just did mine in satin black because everything else is black on the car, so you know, I wanted to match everything. So I do got those for sale. I'm gonna be doing shirts and shit pretty soon, but I just haven't got around to it. Of course, got just the regular decals. I'm gonna be making some different ones now. Probably do some different colors, and think about doing some other merch. I still want to do, you know, hats and all that other shit, but I just haven't got around to it because I'm trying to just get my my money situation squared away before I start buying merch and stuff and having that sitting around. So another thing I want to talk about, just a couple things I got for Christmas. I didn't really ask for any E30 parts for Christmas, but I did ask for a couple that my mom did get me. First up is this stainless steel clutch line. It's for obviously the 5-speed swap I'm gonna be doing. It's from Garagistic, so I got that, which is just a tiny detail, but it definitely does add some difference. And then the bigger thing that I liked is I got me some new engine mounts with the risers built in. So these are the engine riser plus mounts from Condor Speed Shop. So once I get these bad boys on, when I pull the whole motor out to be able to go ahead and get the 5-speed swap, I'll put these bad boys on, and then I could take the skid plate off, and I'll just ride a little bit higher while I'm driving normal. But take the skid plate off, and I should be able to air out fully with the control arms touching on the ground. Otherwise I'd hit the oil pan, but right now this is where it's sitting. So once that's out and the skid plate's off, I should be able to get down here, or maybe tuck a little bit of the lip. But for my next wheels, I want to be able to air out all the way and sit fender to lip. So I asked for those, so I got those. So like I said, I'll be putting those on once the 5-speed shit starts happening. I still gotta gather some more parts for the 5-speed stuff. Just little odds and ends. I already got all the main things. I just need to get all the smaller things and the extra things I want to do, because when I do the 5-speed swap, I don't want to just take the transmission out, put the 5-speed in and call it a day. I want to do some more stuff in the engine bay. I want to clean it. I want to clean the entire engine. I want to replace a bunch of gaskets on the motor and just stuff that leaks in general. So I'm going to be doing a lot more than just doing the 5-speed swap, because I want to do everything right. So I'll be doing that soon. The next episode will probably be installing these FIBA side skirts that I got. If you guys didn't see that episode, I'll put a little eye up there or whatever. But got some new rare side skirts, so I'm gonna put those on. I gotta get them cleaned up, and then I'm gonna have my friend wrap them. So once he wraps them, I'll be able to put them on, and I think they'll look pretty sick. Plus, I'm gonna do an ABS splitter on these side skirts also. So I'll be doing that at the same time, right before I put them on. So I'll make the splitter and get the side skirts done and put on the same episode. So should look pretty sick. So I got them, found them on eBay for a good price. So that'll be the next episode, which will probably be next year. I'm also gonna film a new intro, so I have a new intro for the new year and everything. So I want to do the tank. I want to get it repowder coated because I don't like the color that it is now. I want it to be a gold chrome, and then I want to do my hard lines after the tank is done. So alright guys, that's the end of the video. Be sure to go on Instagram, follow me, and watch out for the new updates. I always post pictures. At least I got, probably like 30 pictures right now to post from just shoots driving around. So hopefully you guys follow me on there. Follow the E30 Mafia page. Like I said, pick up a banner if you want. I'll leave the big cartel down below. And yeah man, just stay tuned for new episodes, and see you guys in the next one.